All right, looks like we're all back. We're all ready to go. Let's do this. Okay, so Docker watch. We're going to want to remove. Okay, so from what I understand, we can remove the volume from this. So let's do our Docker compose down. We can use the develop section here and theoretically remove the volume here. Okay, so we'll have a watch property. We want a path. Blah, hello. How are you doing today? Wait, you were on earlier. It's been a while. I guess how are you doing since the beginning? But yeah, still on. Okay, so I want path dot, so whatever's here is. And is that it? Is there anything else that I care about? I don't think we want to ignore anything. Action. Okay, so action. Okay, so I just want to sync. Okay, so I just want to sync whatever we have in here. And target is probably code. So sync dot with /code in there. You're having a bad time wrangling the Docker setup for the outline self-hosted app, so you're more motivated than ever to learn Docker. Oh, right, because the outline app was the thing that replaced Postman. It feels like you have some sort of Docker curse where every single tutorial doesn't work on your PC. Oh no! Does like basic Docker stuff work for you? Oh, Outline is the Notion alternative for note keeping. Okay. So the other two Notion alternatives that I played around with is Obsidian. That's one, right? It's Obsidian. And then also AnyType. And both of them were interesting. I showed them both on stream at one point in time. But they always have some issues. It's always the Postgres. So it's always the database. Interesting. So this is what we have for our database down here. Yeah, I know. AnyType doesn't have any collaborations, which it was, I thought it was kind of absurd that AnyType was saying that they're like ready to use in a work environment, but they don't have any collaborations either, which like there's no way that won't fly at all. So I was a little bit upset about that, or saddened, maybe not upset. I was saddened about that. Yeah, they've been hyping it. It's like, oh yeah, we could totally do that. Yeah. The other problem with AnyType is that as I'm typing it, every once in a while, it would just move my cursor one character to the left, which is like, what? How do you get character input so bad? All right, so we're gonna try this watch thing and see how this works. So with that as the only change that we've made, I'm gonna go ahead and close you. And we've already done a Docker compose down, so we're going to do our Docker compose up, put it up to back weight again. And that should reset everything up, reread the Docker compose file, and get ourselves going. Oh, nice. Mirazi. I have not heard of that one. At my work, at the work that I'm contracting for, and the work that I was previously full-time at, that was that was, what is it called? No, yeah, we're just using Notion. Paid for Notion, which is really expensive. Oh, that's nice. The nice thing about Notion is that it's really good for non-technical people. And I think that's like one of the key technology points is that you need non-technical marketing, sales, executives. You need them to be able to use it. And Notion has done a pretty good job at just making things work the way you want to, but also complex enough for us techies to do some really cool stuff behind the scenes. It just works really well. That the only problem is how expensive it is. But they're expensive because they're so good, right? Like that's why people are willing to pay for it, because they're best in class right now. Okay, so this exited. Why did you exit? It did not find it. Oh, okay. So if I exec in, oh, it's not running. Ooh, okay. So can I start you and then we'll connect in right away? So let's put you into daemon mode. Do that, and I want to, oh no, it just dies instantly. Okay, let's read the documentation for the developer section. Yeah, so we have develop watch, which we do have here, right? Yeah, so Express CRUD, we have develop watch. Now, okay, so this is sync static content. Compose keeps the existing service containers running, but synchronizes source files within container content according to the target attribute. And target is, yeah, where it's going to go inside the container. I don't want to ignore anything. I want everything to be in there. Path attribute defines the path, the source code, okay, relative to the project directory. Okay, so I wonder if I need, I just put in dot. I wonder if I need // for that. Target attribute only applies when action is configured for sync. Files within path with changes are synchronized with container file systems so that the latter is always running with up-to-date content. Okay. I wonder if I want to do restart instead of sync. Well, okay, first off, is this actually available to us? So This is Docker Compose. Now, do I have access to Docker Compose? Specifically 2.22. Yeah, 2.23. So definitely have the right version here. All paths are relative to the project directory. Okay, so it's in watch. We want path. Let's try just dot slash. Maybe that would be better. And target is going to be inside of the container, right? Now, this is interesting. If I were to ignore the node modules, I would need to rebuild, have it run an install too. Which is, I mean, that's not necessarily a bad thing. But that is something to be aware of. Okay, so rebuild or sync and restart might be better. The target field controls how the path is mapped to the container. Huh. Now I wonder, okay, so let's try, we'll try one thing at a time, right? I'm wondering if it's creating a like code inside of here. Do I have to have it? Okay, I wonder if I have to have a target. So here, if let's make that be our only change. I remove the target completely. I should really make the health check for the database faster because, okay, so that didn't work. And we can take a look at the logs. Okay, so it could not read code package.json, so it could not find that. So I wanted, okay, so watch path. I'm trying to do action sync. So let's put our target back in. So if I put that into code, let's try the other, let's try sync and restart. Before I forget. Here, we'll be, wait 5 seconds at a time for this. That should make it a little bit faster. Okay, so that's the same problem. Could not read it. Okay. So far, not really well. Exegetio. Also, hello. How are you doing today? Yeah, so watch is not really working for me. It's attempting to find it, but it couldn't. It can't find the stuff. XE is fine, or X. All right, I'll try to remember that. Okay, so that was sync and restart that I was trying. How about rebuild? Oh, that didn't work either. Could not read there. Okay. So it can't read you. So I'm trying to put this. Okay, so I'm trying to take everything in this current path. Wait, do we need to? Is that how this works? Oh, run Docker Compose watch. Oh, you're right. That would explain it. Okay. Let's put this back into sync mode. Okay, so if we do Docker Compose watch, wait. Oh, it doesn't have a wait. Interesting. I hope that it does the wait. Is it running? Okay, no, it's not running yet. Let's see. So database is up and running. Database is healthy. Huh. Oh, wait. So over here, wait a second. Okay, so over here, do I then do a Docker compose up? Wait. No. I'm so confused. So basically, you're not running. Your watch configuration is set. Database is healthy, but the container is still not working. Yeah, we can tell the logs for this, so we can here's the logs for Express CRUD. Let's see. Okay, so cannot read package.json, no such file, and code package.json. Okay, so it still can't find. It still can't find the code. That's unfortunate. And you've execed it into it. Well, here's the problem. I can't exec into it when I'm doing this because it just closes immediately. So how do I exec? Can I start it and then have it like run with? It will crash, right? So if I start our Express CRUD, and then I want to Docker compose. Well, that's a new error. Unable to upgrade to TCP receive 409. Yeah, normally you could just do a Docker compose up, right? So let's try this again. We'll do a Docker. Let's take you down. Okay, so if I want to do a Docker, let's actually take you down. Let's take you way down. So let's do RMI and -v's. Like let's. RMI all. So let's remove everything, reset it, and we'll do a Docker. But then this is saved, right? That is absolutely saved. So we're going to do a Docker Docker compose watch. Oh yeah, backseating is perfectly fine with this. This is the first time I've ever taken a look at watch. So it's if anybody has run with this, absolutely. Everything else I'm familiar with, and it's been working great. Could change your commands to ls-alt/code. Oh, to like instead of trying to connect into it that way. Yeah, maybe that would work. Okay, so I noticed something that's interesting here. I noticed that this it moves to started. And I think it crashes immediately. Oh yeah, instead of trying to run npm, yeah, we can definitely do that. That's actually a really good idea. Let's try that. So let's see. Command, we're gonna do ls AL, sure, human readable is fine. And I just want, so the other thing is that the inside the Docker file that we have, it's supposed to be in the /code directory. So this should make sense, right? This should work and let us know where we are. Okay, so we're gonna save you. Nope, nope, nope. That's the old way. I still do this every once in a while. It's Docker Compose space watch. Okay, so that runs that, and then you immediately crash. So we're gonna move down to here. We're gonna say Docker Compose logs. Okay, fine. Let's logs. It's -f for follow. Is it -tail? Yeah, it's -f. Why isn't that following it? Oh, I can't tail. Oh, that's too bad. Okay. Oh, interesting. Look at this. Oh, wait, never mind. Let's actually just read the error. Cannot find module /code ls. Why are you trying to run that as the command? What? Oh. My entry point is, I don't have an entry point. Here, let's take a look at the Docker file. Here is our Docker file. I have a workdir, which puts us into code. We don't have an entry point for this. We just have our normal command, which is npm run dev. So this is it. Pretty simple. Okay, so let's try running this again. Ooh, okay. No, that was up. That's not what I wanted. Watch. That's what I want. Well, that's slightly better. It took a little bit longer. Okay. So we're looking at code and there is nothing in here. That would explain why it doesn't work. So I'm attempting to watch and then have this path be wherever here is. I don't think that anything else is. Are there dashes in front of action and target? Yeah, so I have dashes in front of action and target. So they are yes, they're it's an array. So it is an array of objects. Oh, that's take those out. Let's try that. Oh, so I can watch multiple things at the same time. Interesting. Okay. Let's try this again. That would explain why we have these three things. Okay, so one action here. It still only started, so I don't think that worked. Okay, that's still empty, but maybe, do I need to do a down on it first? Nope, nope. That. Nah, it still doesn't have it in there. Okay, so I'm attempting to target the slash code. It's not showing that it created like a code. Is it possible that because the Docker file has a workdir of slash code that it's trying to do something weird like slash code? So like if I remove you, no, so that doesn't put anything in here either. And the database is the only one that's up and healthy, so I can't really do anything about that. Okay, so do you really need to have like stuff in here? Like, do I need something like star? I don't know if I need to be doing a down between them or not. I'm just doing it for safety. Safety, just in case. To give it the best possible chance of actually working. That doesn't give me anything. I mean, so we're looking inside of code. I mean, I assume that we're looking inside of code. I guess let's do, let's see, can I do something like silly like this? I've never tried it. No, okay, so it's actually trying to pass that into ls. So no, it doesn't work. I'm not allowed to do multiple commands together like that. Okay, so that sucks. Okay, well, what I can do is just to double check, we can just run a pwd. I think that if I rerun this, okay, so it is taking the changes to Docker Compose into account each time. So I wonder if it's running it down automatically for me. Okay, so next options. Let's put our target back. Go into and let's also try. We've been doing sync. Let's try sync and restart. Do I use the GNU watch command? This is just the watch, like the Docker watch command. So I don't think there's a GNU for that. Or I may be not understanding what you're suggesting. Right, okay, so that's not helpful because I kind of forgot to put this back in here again. Oh, well, rerun that command for you on a timer. No, so I don't have that, but I don't. Oh, you mean like rerun the logs? Oh, that would be interesting. Yeah, we can definitely do that, can't we? Do I have watch? I don't have watch installed. I need to install it. Let's see. So nope, that's not what I wanted. That's what I wanted. Okay, so you're not in there. Okay, so sync and start to let's say I have a DB folder. So okay, let's try putting DB folder in there. So DB and let's sync it to /code and then with our ls. Nothing in here. Okay. All right. Is it because I'm on a Mac and I'm not allowed to do this? Is there something I need to do in my configuration for Docker desktop? So I'm using Virtio FS for file sharing, which is supposed to be the new coolness, and it's the faster one. Not seen anything crazy or interesting in here. Yeah, so I don't see anything in the configuration for that would like affect this. Yeah, another examples use like dot for like, hey, this exact same thing. But I'm also trying to use okay, so let's try not using dot at all, just like DB. So there's nothing in there either. Let's try a down. Okay, so nothing in there. Any more documentation for this? Let's reread through this. See if we missed anything. Oh, wait. Compose supports sharing a host directory inside service containers. Watch mode does not replace this functionality, but exists as a companion specifically suited to developing in containers. Oh. Wait a second. So I have to have my volume still locally. I guess I had thought that I was supposed to be able to not have a local like bind volume. But like this paragraph makes it feel like I have to have the bind volume still. Although the rest of this kind of makes it look like I don't need the bind volume. Let's see. If it's to, let me double check. I don't remember what my rules are for links. Is it for docs.docker.com? Duct tape DevOps. Hello. How are you doing today? Let me check to see the Nightbot rules. Oh, github.com. Yeah, GitHub is allowed. I definitely have GitHub allowed. You're a little frustrated today? Oh, I'm sorry about that. Okay, so this is Docker samples, avatars, and they have, okay, so here's their develop watch. So they have a specific file. So when requirements updates, rebuild it, API, target, go into app API, sync that. Okay. Yeah, yeah, look at that. There's no bind volume. So there's no volume whatsoever. Huh. Trying to bring a community field to this category is a pain. Yeah, it's it can be a thing. Does the file need to exist in and out of the container for it to sync? Oh, that would be interesting. Huh. So I would need to copy in. Okay, so I would need to copy in my code at build time. So a Docker file here, we could do that. I could do copy. Let's do just copy. It'll be fine. Everything will be okay. Okay, so here we have worker code. So if I want to copy, is it something like dot to slash code? I don't remember how to use this anymore. I have more GitHub repo creep than you do. I have a lot of GitHub repo creep. And I have 2 GitHub repos now. Okay, so without looking at the documentation for copy, which it's been forever since I've used it, and I don't remember, copy and add are pretty much the same thing too. Okay, so let's try let's do another down. I think when I watch this, it will figure it out again. Yeah, it rebuilt it. Okay, yeah, so action sync for path. So grabbing that. And then if I look at my... What? What? Wait a second. Oh wait, never mind. It's because I did everything. I copied everything. I got so confused because I copied everything in. Okay, so hold on. This maybe I can't do that same test anymore. I got so confused because I did the copy and I forgot that I did the copy immediately. Okay, so get rid of you, put you back into here. So the problem, Duck, that I don't know if everybody else has it, but with anything like raid trains or something else like that, I want, especially for communities, like there's so many different types of communities and so many different types of some of the different brands that would be sort of like moved in there, because there's a lot of different types of streamers that are in there. And I don't know, I don't know how compatible like my brand is with somebody else's. So being able to like say, hey, I want to jump into a like a raid train, if I don't know everybody who's going to be in there and sort of like trust that it's compatible with like the brand that I have, then I don't want to be part of that. And that's going to be a big problem where it's like, okay, we're going to bring everybody together. But I guess like that's the big thing is like who is the community? I would need a lot more information to like make the business decision. And I think that's it, is like we have to come at it from a business point of view as opposed to like just okay, more people, more eyes. That's not necessarily better for me. And it's not necessarily better for like the entire community, right? Well, I mean, we say that, but like I'm pretty picky about if I raid somebody and who I raid too. I guess it depends upon who's live and up on that day and who I'd be sending to them. If it's just my audience here, there's a few people that I would send into it. But if it's like includes random people who have come in from everybody else, I'm not sure that I want to send them to anybody in my network, because I don't know how it would affect their streams and their communities. Because that's what I mean is like there's a lot of unknowns. I don't think it's that odd to think about it. So like the communities that I'm a member of, they all have like very different feels to them, and they all have different things that they want to do. And so like having a bunch of people that come in, I need like if I haven't like I want to sort of like vouch them and know that I can trust. Does that make sense? To like before I send them to somebody who, you know, who's also trying to work on a project. Random people join me. Yeah, I guess like the big thing is like when it's a raid train type thing, it does feel more energetic and like changing things around. So I don't know, like the type of thing where I would need to like think a lot more about it than make like a decision like based upon, you know, just while I'm streaming. Like I need to really think about what, well, because this isn't a conference, right? Like each Twitch channel is essentially like a one thing. So if people signed up for it, then I would be more willing to raid them for that. But if they don't sign up for it, I wouldn't want to add them in without their thumbs up. Does that make sense? Like it's instead of a pull, I want like to choose from a list who've also like joined in. That kind of thing. It's because I have seen some raids go wrong. It's actually happened to me sometimes too, which is why I became more picky about who I raid. Yeah, absolutely. I'd definitely love to continue chatting about it and like sort of see how it goes. I think that having like a conference type thing where we have like specific topics and maybe chat about it, that could be a really interesting idea. I can see that working out really well. Especially if we have like a common theme for that day. It sort of can be like an unconference, as it were. Okay, so I have you running, but you crashed, didn't you? Did you? No, so you're up. Okay, so you're up and running. So if I do a curl, so there's our task, and let's go to our health check. Okay, so here's our big update. I updated the code without touching the container. So what I want to do now is go back to our app, and here's where this health check is. And I want to update you and say, okay, I updated without a bind mount. So if I just save that, come back to here, and then hit the curl again, it didn't work. It didn't work. Where is Zilby today? Also, hello, Rug. Zilby is upstairs. Last break, I went up and looked for him, and he was in his nest, and he looked really he looked really comfortable, so I didn't want to pull him down. But that being said, I might want to go grab him, and we can bring him down here again and see how he likes it. He's been up there lying down for a long time now. And it's been about an hour, so the auto ads are going to run pretty soon. So this didn't work. So, but that being said, there might be other things that we can try. So now this was a sync code. So what if we do sync plus restart? Ooh, actually, you know what? The problem is probably this. So let's try that. So if I just do a rewatch like that, ooh, so it does rebuild. It rebuilt the image, and it's recreating the container. Interesting. Okay, that's good to know. Yeah, you're exactly right. Okay, so you're up and running. So if I curl, I updated the code without touching the container. Oh, okay. So save. Ooh, syncing Express Cred after changes were detected. Okay, that's a good sign. Aha, I updated without a bind mount. Okay. So that's good. Now, one of the benefits of this is that we're supposed to be able to, it's basically can be faster because we're not going to sync node modules, theoretically. I think your dumb idea was right. I think that the file has to exist both on a host and the container, which doesn't make any sense whatsoever. So here, let's double check this. If I come back into our Docker file and I just I comment out or copy. And so now if I curl, wait, it's working again? Maybe I have to do an up down again. Okay, so let's watch this again. Now, if we curl, failed to connect. And the only big change here is I put in this copy to do an initial copy of this. Syncing Express CRUD after files were changed. Okay, so interesting. Nope, you're still not working. Let's do it down. Let's do a watch. Now it's working. And now, if we update you, I think your idea was right. It has to exist ahead of time. Like, what's the point of that? Well, okay, there is a big point of that, but still. What if you create dumb.js outside the container? Can you exec in and list it? What if I create dumb.js outside the container? I'm not sure. Outside the container? What do you mean? Like a new file, but where, like, oh, create a new file in here. Got it. It took me a little bit to understand. But here, I think I understand now. So we're going to touch new file .md. So syncing for that. And now I want to, we're gonna exec in and then take a look at what this is. So that's gonna be Docker compose exec express crud bin bash. We created a new file. Yeah, there's new file .md. Oh, you bet the command executes before the sync starts. Try just copy package to code. Oh, so like just copy the package of JSON into code. So hold on. Is it running this because I have my watch too high? What if I move you down? No, not that. What if I didn't think that the order mattered here. What if I did that? And in the Docker file, we don't do the copy at all. Yeah, it should compile that. Order shouldn't matter, but everything is weird right now.